Good morning everyone, this is Bailey. Today I'll be reviewing an alarm clock that I've had for a year to replace my, I think at least 12-year-old, maybe 14-year-old alarm clock. I've had that other alarm clock since I was 10 years old, maybe 12 years old. I don't remember, and it's been a very steady friend of mine until I moved here to Texas, and a year after moving to Texas, it finally died on me, which I expected because it was having issues. It was not vibrating to let me know it's time to get up at times, so it gotta go. It gotta go. And this alarm clock that replaced that alarm clock is called Sonic Traveler. The reason I bought this instead of the more expensive one, which is in the range between $92 to $300, I bought this and it only cost about $28. And I'm very glad that I bought this because it's exceedingly simple. It's super simple. All it has is this snooze button and the time setting buttons and alarm buttons, which is awesome. And it's exceedingly easy to pack, which was useful when I was traveling at least 5 times last year for weddings. All I had to do is just unplug it, wrap it up, throw it in my suitcase, and it's ready to go. It's super easy, and you can see my palm, like it's smaller than my hand, like super small, and I love it because of that. And if you're like me, where you forget a phone charger adapter, it already has a USB port in there, and it's super awesome. Now, I would say this alarm clock is not just for hearing impairment people. It's also for heavy sleepers because you can adjust volumes and the tones. It's right here. There we go. I was like, where did it go? You can adjust the volume and the tone that will wake you up. So this will be useful for my husband who tends to sleep through just about anything. Is there anything else? I think that's all my likes about this alarm clock. Now I want to get started on the dislikes about this alarm clock. Like I mentioned before, I travel at least 5 times for weddings, and since I have to check into a hotel, that cost me anxiety because this doesn't alert me to anything else. It doesn't alert me to fire alarm going off, somebody knocking on the door, or anything else. It's just meant to wake you up on time, and that kind of scares me a little bit, even though I bought it for cheap, so I have myself to blame for. And I'm already planning on buying door knocker strobe or something, which I have to do more research about, but I'm not traveling anytime soon, so I'm safe. The other thing is, since this is small, guess what else is small? The vibrator. The vibrator is probably at least 25% smaller than my old alarm clock. But you can see it's even smaller than my palm. The vibrator that I used before this was about as wide as my palm and around. And the reason I'm complaining about it is I only put this on my side of a bed, and I tend to roll all over the bed. So I would be on my husband's side when this thing goes off, and I would barely feel the vibrator going off. And that makes me a little anxious because now I have to make sure I stay on my side. Now granted, I can push it in more into the middle, but I don't want to wake my husband up with me because I usually get up 2 hours before he does, which is another reason why I keep it on my side. And when you're trying to turn off the alarm clock, it's this tiny little button right here. Try to go up to turn the damn thing off. At this point, I just turn it off. I'm just like, it's so much quicker to turn it off that way than trying to figure out where the alarm clock is, like, to turn off. Which is another reason why I'm planning on getting another alarm clock, which I just mentioned, Sonic Alert HomeAware. And this Sonic Alert HomeAware is massive, not like massive, but massive system where it acts like your alarm clock. It can also let you know if there's someone at the door, or if there's a fire alarm going off, or there's a storm coming, or doors opening, and baby crying, phone ringing. Like, it's really massive, and I really like that because this is something that I want in my home. And I told my husband that I want to install fire alarm system into my house. Granted, he talked me out of that because that's a little expensive. So we're figuring out other ways that it wouldn't be so expensive and make this house value go down a little bit, because nobody wants to buy a house with fire alarm strobes in every wall. Well, not every wall, but in important walls. So hopefully I'll be getting my HomeAware system somewhat soon, so I can review that alarm clock with you and compare it to this. Now granted, I highly recommend this if you're traveling a lot. This is awesome. It's super cheap and small and easy to pack up. Just make sure you use the box so you can protect it. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind. Keep the box. Or find a protective casing for it if you want to really protect it. Yeah, this is all of my likes and dislikes about this alarm clock. So if you have any questions that I didn't answer in this review, please drop them down in the comment below and I'll try to answer them ASAP. And if you have any suggestions about what to try out for traveling, please drop them down in the comment below and I will definitely try them out. And this is all I have for you today. So if you find this informative, please press like, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.